Welcome to Abe Dreger's Trapping Adventures.
In that pail is my lynx lure for next winter. I'm preparing it. There is innards of about 8 lynx in there, and every couple weeks I have to stir it, and I call it the dreaded stir. Okay, I had a fella ask me what the difference was between power rams and the stinger springs that I use. So there you can see the difference. These big springs right here, they're the power rams. These are the stinger springs. So the big one, that's a Wolf Master. That's for wolves. And then the next one is, I think it's a ram number, oh, I forget what size it is, but the next size is for coyote, and then the smaller size is for lynx and fox, and then these two are stinger springs. The smaller one has been the ones I've always been using for wolf, coyotes, fox, everything, but they came out with that bigger spring, this one here, and this is what I'm going to be using for wolves now. I'm going to try it anyways. The triggers don't work for these, but you don't really need triggers. You can operate these snares without the trigger. It still works fine. But I just thought I'd show you the difference. There's a big difference. Now you can see why I prefer the snares with the stinger springs. Because a snare, this is much more bulky. There's nothing wrong with those snares. These power rams, they do an awesome job. They're extremely humane. It's just, you know, a lot of times I'm way out in the bush and I got my sled full of stuff and it just takes up too much room. But I own quite a few of them. I do like using them, but I just, room is always an issue. So, you know, I can carry a pail like that full of, you know, 70 snares, 50 to 70 snares, and that pail takes up about as much room as a couple of maybe 2 or 3 of these. So you can see the difference. Now, nothing against these snares. You know what? If you're snaring out of a pickup, these snares are just fine. You know, you can carry them around. It's no big deal. And I'm not dissing these power rams at all. They're a humane method of snaring. I just prefer those over those just because of the room issue. So that's the difference between those springs and the power rams. You can hear the coyotes. I just dropped off bait. There's just an incredible amount of coyotes here. You can hear them coming. He's getting closer with every yelp. Oh, there's 2 of them. Lots of coyotes this year. So, you can see right over there, those lights, that's town. That's how close I am to town. And we've had those lights you see over there and those lights that you see over there. They've been calling me non-stop. The guy called me today again. He had four coyotes on his yard eating his dog food. They've been, and you can see there's some more lights right there. And go around this curve. You see those lights there. All these people have been calling me, and coyotes on their yard, and Dog is barking all night long. This bush right here, it's right beside a river actually. There's the Peace River flows, I don't know how far in, probably about a mile in is the Peace River. And then there's this bush on the side of the river, and then right onto farmland. It's just perfect habitat for coyotes. And I've, many of you might remember I foot-holded coyote and a fox. That's the same spot I have a bait this year. And it's just crawling with coyotes. Talked to another trapper today. He went and checked his coyote bait. First check, he had 8 coyotes. 8 coyotes dead by one bait. So the coyote numbers are way up. But you know, I think I've mentioned in the previous video, I don't know exactly how much trapping I'm gonna do. I didn't do any muskrat trapping this year. The time muskrat season was on, the sloughs were all frozen over, so that kind of put a kibosh on the muskrat trapping. I mean, I could have gone under the ice, but I didn't have time. I've been on the road pretty steadily with my boys, and I mean, we got another new addition to the family. So I don't know how much trapping I'm gonna do, but I will clean up these coyotes around town. Right now I'm north of town. I got permission to bait coyotes east of town, about 2 miles east. The guy's got a quarter section of land there. No neighbors close by, so I don't have to worry about catching dogs. And then I'm working on getting permission on the south side of town. So if I can get that all accomplished, I should be able to clean up these coyotes right around town here. Last night I went outside at about 11 o'clock. Every dog in town was barking, and you could just hear the coyotes howling all around town. So a lot of yotes out there this year, and wish I had more time, man. If a guy only had the time, I could really clean up on coyotes this year. There's just an incredible amount, but such is life. On we go. Okay, I finally picked up my first coyote here at this bait. I've been a little bit disappointed in this bait. It looked really promising, but there weren't many coyotes that were showing up after I baited, surprisingly. So this is the first coyote. It looks to be a pretty small coyote, and of course he had to jam. So my camera fell over. So one good thing is, right where I have my snare, he ended up moving this way and got tangled up here. So that is really good, because I can actually hang up another snare right where I caught this guy. And if he comes from that direction, I'll catch another coyote. Yeah, of course he had to jump. Oh, my camera fell over again. If this coyote was frozen, there'd be no way I could get him out of here except by cutting these trees down. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's not a bad size. Yeah, so I can see he put up a little bit of a struggle, actually not too bad. And I caught him down a little bit further back. I like to catch him right behind the ears. But actually, all in all, I'm not too bad because he did not tear up where I caught him. And that's only about 2 feet from these trees. So there's my first coyote of the season. Not a bad looking coyote. I've definitely seen nicer coyotes, but I'm happy with it. I'm just not going to be able to be out that much this season, so every coyote I catch, every animal I catch is just a bonus, because I'm going to be working a lot this year, and with my boys, I just don't have that much time. But I'm happy with this catch. What I'm going to do is, I had some guys, one guy actually, and I forget who it was, asked me about having another video on setting my snare. I'm not going to give you any details about how I set it. I have a video on that, so but I will videotape it while I'm setting this new snare up. Right on. So here's my support cable right here. I had my snare set right here. So I'm just going to hang up another snare right here, and I'll videotape that. Oh, there's a nice sight. First snare coming into my coyote bait here. I got a pickup box full of bait. I'm bringing in a lot of bait today. This bait's been pretty dang disappointing. I thought there would be a lot of kites, and it's just not happening. So first snare, it's good. I'm gonna really bait this guy now hard, and if I don't get results with coyotes, I'm gonna be moving on. I don't know if the coyotes have just moved out of this area, but there just hasn't been that very much activity. So but this is nice to see. Looks like a nice light coyote. So we're gonna go and bait and put the bait out and get this guy out a little bit later. Right on. All right, we're out in the Great White North again. This is my tree stand. You guys seen this on the spring bear hunt video I posted. Me and my dad are out enjoying the mild weather. It's -8, I think. We don't have a breath of, wow, I guess there's a breath of wind. Can hardly feel it. And this is cubby number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5 here that we've set today. So another lynx cubby, just with the simple, I'll move this, just with the snare in front. Lynx looks through there and sees the bait pole. This is how I catch all my lynx. No more trail sets for this cowboy this year. I'm done with trail sets because they're just a pain. You always got to move everything and get off the snowmobile, and maybe just call me lazy, I guess. I'm probably just lazy, but yeah, this is the first time we're going in, so we're going that way, boys and girls.